Hey y'all, Keto Diamond, not a keto video. This is a resale video. If you're only interested in my keto videos, go ahead and feel free to click out of this now. But this is a resale video, just to be clear. Okay, so Jake's over there drinking water. Yeah, she was beside me. Guess he's thirsty. So I'm going to show you some of the things I sold this week on eBay, some of the things that I bought, some of the things that are really cool, and talk about flea markets, which this week is going to be very difficult. Saturday, we did okay. We made, at first, I want to tell you, I was panicking. 2 or 3 hours, we had sold $26 worth of stuff. We had paid $20 for the 2 spots we got. So we were just barely, like 3 hours in, just barely over making our booth rent. And it looked really, really bad. And then all of a sudden, people came from out of nowhere, and we made $167. Now, that's not all profit. That's what we brought in total. And profit-wise, I think it was about $100 that was profit, pure profit, after the booth rent, after the cost of all the items and the taxes we paid. So it's $100. Not shabby, but not great. Not what we was looking for. But every day except for Sunday, for us at least, is pretty much $100 and $160 range. Now Sundays are much better. This Sunday we actually sold $343. We got a really great space. It was Father's Day, not all the vendors showed up, so we got a closer up space. I did walk to some of the vendors that are way up front. It's like, what time did you get here to get these spots? And do you do better here? They said, yeah, we typically earn about $100 more than we normally do a little further down. And because it's more traffic, more people walk through there. And before people get all tired and buy all, everything, spend all their money. So it's like, okay, so what time did you get here? Dude's like, we got here at 12:30 last night. We slept in our car. No, I don't want to be miserable. Thank you very much. If I'm going to be miserable, I'll get a job at Sheets, which probably is not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I don't, not doing all that. And this place is only 30 minutes away, so that seems a little bit crazy because we get there at 5:30 in the morning. It opens at 7, and that's what normally. We got there at 5 this time. We want to get there earlier next time. And, I asked another couple, what time did y'all get here to get these spots? And do you make good? Yeah, we make really good up here. But we get here at about 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay. So what's the happy medium where I don't have to be there at 1:30 in the morning and sleep in my vehicle all night? Because I ain't trying to do none of that. So can I go up there and park my vehicle in line and leave? Because I can bring 2. We can leave a van up there in line. What time does the line start moving? Because typically they tell you it starts moving at 5:30, but that's not true because we've been there at 5 and been the first ones in line, and everything's already filled. You know what I mean? Sorry, itchy. But yeah, this place is a little bit different. This is where we make the most money at so far of places we found. We did find a Monday one we hope to go to, but it's poured down raining all day, and the next 7 days looks like it's going to be exactly the same. We couldn't go this morning, and probably won't be able to go tomorrow. We don't have one for Wednesday or Thursday, which is supposed to rain anyway, but it also looks like it's going to rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And what we made on Monday was about $200 and some worth of profit, but my car insurance is coming out of that, which is pretty high. So, that sucks, especially as far as everything goes. But today being was considered a holiday, so I guess the banks didn't open either, which means eBay, when they send out my money on Tuesday, I probably won't get it till Wednesday or Thursday. YouTube, I usually get paid on the 21st for. Didn't get one last month, which was my fault because I wasn't uploading enough videos. Shiva, are you dreaming or what's going on there? She's kind of barky, growly in her sleep. Chasing that rabbit, I reckon. But what was I talking about? Okay, so like last month I didn't get a YouTube check because I didn't upload enough. And that was my fault. it's a time when I really need to be uploading because tight. But I was working so hard on this reseller thing. I was putting all my eggs in one basket instead of putting them everywhere. But I did at least double it up because we got eBay and we got, the sales, personal sales, in-person sales. Problem is, the rain is going to screw us over in a massive way. But eBay is pretty good right now for me. I've done pretty good on it so far. I've only been doing it, 2 or 3 months, something like that. Over those 2 or 3 months, in which this is not a lot, but for somebody who's a new seller, I imagine it's pretty good. I've gotten to where I average about 5 or 6 items a week sent out, sometimes more. Calm down, Jay. But sometimes more. But over the entire span, I've only made about $800 and some. Again, not bad, but not where I want to be. I want to be where I can make 5 or 6 sales a day, to make sure for rainy days it's all good. So I've got like 195 items on there, 25 items sold. But I need to really get that up and popping and going good. That way, weeks like this where we can't go anywhere, it don't hurt us as bad. At least we can buy groceries and maybe pay whatever bill is coming. So that's kind of the hope. Also, again, still applying for jobs, trying to find a good one that's actually going to pay the bills. Now, I know that, yeah, we can apply for McDonald's, but what good is that going to do us if it doesn't pay the bills? If we can't both work and pay the bills, there's really no point, although none of them have called back either. Everything we've tried. So it looks like a lot of places are pretending to hire, but not really hiring. And it's funny because they're always short-staffed, which is kind of an interesting thing. But there are theories on that. So we're going to leave those alone. However, let me go ahead and show you some of the great stuff that I sold, some of the things we found, some of the things that are going to be posted. And then I've got some things laid out here that I'm going to show you. Before I do that, I hate to get on the creepy train where some men can be very, very creepy, because sometimes they're just flirting and they don't know how to do it. And they're harmless, or they don't mean to scare you at all. But this dude this weekend at this sale, Sunday in fact, had me reaching for my sidearm, which I discovered was not there, because I didn't bring it. And I won't make that mistake again. I wasn't really going to draw or anything. I just kind of want to make sure it was there, and it was not. So here's the thing. At flea markets, for one, you carry quite a bit of money. 1s and 5s to start out with, but it builds and grows throughout the day. Now, my husband's usually there with me, but me and him both kind of take turns on occasion taking a walk around the flea market, because I can find very cheap glass that I can sell on eBay, and he can find very cheap toys that he can bring back, and we can clean them up and get a little bit of a profit out of them. So he took a walk around. I stood there, and you understand that this is not an isolated place. There are people all around. There are people walking back and forth with their families. There are couples standing right beside me. In this case, there was a couple standing right beside me, who we'd actually shared booth rent with. Quick explanation. We rented 2 spots. They rented one. They were like, we need another one. And I was like, we really could use some more room. And turns out there was an empty space between us they had forgotten to fill. So I was like, you know what? If this spot's not filled, we can go in half on it. You can have one table and we can have another, because a space comes with 2 tables there. And it's like, cool. So I walked up there, and paid for it and everything. And anyway, we were sharing space with them, and we talked to them throughout the day. So this happened right with them right there. I wasn't alone by any stretch of the imagination, although to the side of me, this side, was mostly just people walking about, because we were in this corner angled space. I don't know why some people do this, but they feel like it's okay for them to walk behind the tables to be directly at you. The only thing behind me is the van, you know, and it's parked sideways because we've gotten so many spaces. The guy walked up on me. I didn't really kind of see him coming at first. And I saw him and I took a step back because it shocked me. He noticed that I took a step back. He smiled really weird and got really close to me. I'm thinking, am I going to be robbed? Is he going to touch me? What the hell is he doing? And, you know, I'm like, excuse me? And he starts flirting in this very awkward, odd way. A little bit of a language barrier. He did speak English, but not perfectly. It's like, what the hell are you doing? You know, and I can't. Some people do not understand personal boundaries, personal space at all, and he was breaking the hell out of it. And then I was kind of like self-conscious about how I was dressed because what I was wearing looked like a short dress. But I had shorts on under it. And if I had bent over or anything, you'd see my shorts. But it looked like a short dress. And I was like, questioning my clothing options. But it's 90 degrees. It was hot. So, you know. But at the same time, I ought to be able to wear what I want to as long as I'm not showing anything that's that revealing. Anyway, he was looking at me up and down. It was very awkward, very close. I was freaked out. I'm like, am I going to be robbed? Is he going to touch me? And I'm looking at this other couple. They're looking at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dude finally walked off. You know, he's like, you know, are you married? I'm like, yeah, for 25 years. He's here somewhere. I told my husband about it when I got back. He said, where's your bang bang? I was like, I left it at home. He said, don't do that. And I was like, you know, so I don't want to have to use that anyway on somebody who's just flirting. But in a very awkward, weird way. And I get it. Some people are just awkward and weird, but that was just uncomfortable majorly, you know. When he walked off, then people were like, that was weird as hell. I was like, I know. Don't get, especially when you see somebody take a step back from you and then you step forward again. Like, okay, sorry, I had to get that out of my system because that was weird. Did you hear this rain? We're having storms. They were on my phone earlier, on the radio earlier, tornado watches and warnings. It's calmed down a little bit, well, except for the rain. I haven't had any alerts lately anyway. But yeah, it was very, very awkward. So if you go to flea markets, be aware that some people are weird. And some people are racist and some people are sexist and they'll tell you stuff you didn't want to know. Not by any means of the any stretch of the imagination. And again, you'll be put in awkward situations sometimes. That's happened to me 3 different times, 3 different men. One man, though, he was older, and I think he just couldn't hear good. And he was getting closer to me so he could hear what I was saying, even though I kind of got louder because I was thinking, he's deaf, or he can't hear very well. To him, I understood. The other 2 men coming behind the table, no, 3. There's 3 other ones other than the guy that couldn't hear me good. And 2 of them, my daughter was there for. She said, Mom, that's weird. Why do they do that? I'm like, I don't know, but I wish they wouldn't. You know, and it's one of those things. It gets really weird and creepy sometimes. And I've seen that there are women there that do it by themselves all the time without their husbands being around at all. So I don't know how they handle that situation. But anyway, I just want people to be aware. That's a thing. Be mindful. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you my clips from the week. Look what we captured at Walmart.
What?
A thunder monkey. Hi, I love you.
We love you.
What do you got?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yeah.
I've weighed him. He weighs half a pound.
Yes. Come down. You got him.
Uh-huh.
And he grows.
And he grows. Okay, he grows. Alright, so we're leaving a little place over here called Go and Postal. It's the place I ship all my packages from for eBay.
No, that place don't mean going bonding.
Ship 5, huh?
So you know what they're saying about going postal mean, right?
Oh, you know what's crazy about it? Both of the women that work in our Going Postal, they're wearing firearms. They're strapped. Don't piss them off. I'm just kidding. But they are strapped, and I like it. So it's just, I thought it was a really neat thing considering the name of the place. But I guess just in case anybody gets bad ideas, you know, don't go postal and go in postal. That's it. But anyway, ship 5 things for eBay. I had to run over to Walmart and grab some boxes because their boxes are like 68 cents. Going Postal's boxes are like $5. So way cheaper. But usually they do have boxes that my stuff fits in that they have like spare. But they can't do it with the new ones, obviously. But they'll give you the spare boxes and packages and everything too if they have it. All right, so now we're gonna look for some really cheap things that we can put on eBay. By the way, eBay link is in the description if you want to see what we got posted over there. And if you see something I go by that I don't have posted and you want it or like it, send me an email. My email address is below and I can get it posted and everything for you. So just kind of look down, I thought I'd show y'all. There's a tan line for you. My flip-flops. So you see we got a fan. Hubby brought a power converter and a drop cord. It's actually very muggy out here. This is our setup. We got a great corner area. We've made more today than we normally make on a Sunday. So I'm happy about that thus far. Well, so far. Yeah. So it's been a pretty good day so far. It'd be nice if we could always get the spot. A lot of stuff. Let me show y'all that. All right, thought I'd share with you some of the things we sold so far on eBay this week. Now these things are about to get shipped out. Got this beautiful Pioneer Woman pink luster cup, goblet, chalice, whatever you want to call it, wine glass, juice glass, I don't care. Anyway, I think I paid like $1 plus tax, and it sold for $11.99. I think these 3 Lennox bowls. I paid $1 each plus tax, and they sold for $10 for the set. This I love, beautiful. It's a Land Rover mug, pottery mug. Got this great elephant on it, these great colorations on it. It sold for $27.99, and I paid for it, I think, $2 at the flea market. That's a good, reasonable flip. I haven't had it but a couple weeks too, so that's great. And then this little doll, I think I got it $2 plus tax at Goodwill. Still in the box. It just sold for $10. And then a pair of problematic shoes, which I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so these shoes are Reebok steel-toe shoes. Of course, they were my work shoes. I used them 2-3 times tops. They just didn't feel good to me. So anyway, relatively new steel-toe shoes. Steel-toes can be really expensive. I think these were $120 new. The thing is, I had sold 2 other pairs of steel-toes. Apparently, I sent one of the ladies a different pair of black and purple steel-toes that she asked for. They were Skechers instead of the Reeboks, which are here. And since these are here, she just didn't tell me that I sent her the wrong pair. Apparently, she found them appropriate and fine, so she was good with it. I sent the buyer of the other pair, because she technically bought the other pair, an email saying, I don't have the right shoes anymore, but I've got a comparable pair that are also black and purple, that are also steel-toe, but they haven't replied. And I've got until tomorrow to send them out. So I've got to send them out and just hope for the best, but that it could be problematic. All right, so you have to be kind of careful with eBay. See, because people are asking like $50, $60 for these frames. But if you type in the name and all the information you have and you click on what's sold, well, sold's different. These frames are going anywhere from $4, $5, $6, $10, $20. Now, this one's a little different. It is a double frame, and I do have the box, so it's a little better. It's never really been used. It's just a really nice, set of frames here. that are attached, hinged together. And here's one that's sold that's very similar to mine for $29.77. Now, I could list it for $50, but that's a little bit excessive. What I'm going to do is list it for $35 because people are going to send you offers, or basically, you know, or best offer. They're going to say, okay, well, will you take 30 for it, or will you take 25 for it? And that gives me a little wiggle room. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on there for $35, new in the box, and it is vintage. And we're going to see what happens. Whether we sell it for $35 or we sell it for $20, it's hard to say. But like I said, here's one that's comparable that is sold already. Excellent. So I want to show you guys something. I just spotted this. I was actually looking for something else, but something I had searched for before came up. So this Mickey cup, 42 of them have sold for $21.30. And hello, we're gonna list him. I also just noticed this buyer has charged $13 shipping for all these cups. I will not be doing that. So my shipping will be, it just really depends on where the person's located. It's usually between $7 and $12. Just kind of depends on how far it has to ship. I just wanted to show you guys this beautiful find here. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. I've written it down in my book. So it was somewhere between $2 and $3, probably $3. But as you can see, it's just a really pretty 2-piece candle holder. It is flawless other than a manufacturing flaw, which is a dent in the glass, so it had to happen during the making process. Absolutely gorgeous. This is listed on eBay for $224 for a pair. And I found another pair that was blue that sold for $89.68 in the UK. And that's in, you know, American money. I just want to show you how pretty this is. It's made in Denmark. It's a hurricane lamp, or that's what they call it anyway. And it's just absolutely lovely. And I'm going to list it on eBay for $100 and just see what happens. All right, so I'm loving that red candle holder. I said I was going to post it for $100. I posted it for $75. Might not get that by no means. I'll leave it up for a week or two at that price. If nobody looks at it, nobody's watching it, I'll drop it down a little bit and see what happens. So eBay is so not an exact science. One thing I want you guys to know, you know, when you go into Goodwills and thrift stores now, some of the prices are outrageous. What they're doing is taking a photo of it, seeing what people are asking for it on eBay. So like, I can post this on eBay. I've got it sideways. I can post this on eBay. I can ask $200 for it. And Goodwill will put $200 on it. They will go with whatever people are asking for it. But the reality is it might only be selling for $3. So Goodwill's asking what other people are asking, even though they don't know that's what it's worth, when it might only actually be worth like $3. Now this, I don't know what it's worth. I haven't looked that up yet. I only grabbed it because one of the ladies who came into our booth on Friday bought a similar item from me, like it's a needlepoint kind of deal here, like this one is. I don't know if you can see it good, but needlepoint kind of deal. And she said, you know, if you find any more of these, will you grab them? I love them. I was like, okay, sure. So now this is exactly what I had. The other one was a very 70s vibe, which this one I guess technically is too, but that one more so, more grandma stitched kind of deal. I don't know if she'll like this one, but I only spent $1 on it. I only plan on asking her $3 for it, so I spent $1.07, which, you know, includes tax. And I'm gonna ask her $3 for it. I only bought it for her. Somebody else wants it, and they get to it first, they get it. I am gonna look it up, see if it's worth anything special, just to be sure what I'm doing, because I don't want to sell something worth $1,000 for $3. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna look it up. Now I got this. I only paid $2 for it. It's Anthropology, because I've seen you know, people talking about Anthropology lately. But this one, it's got some cute little foxes on it. It says Dreamer, and I'm pretty sure it's just a butter dish, but of course trinket tray, soap dish, whatever you want to use it for. I'm saying a lot. I hear it. I've heard it a couple times, and then I'm still doing it. I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, it's really cute. I love those little foxes. I'm going to put that on eBay. I don't know what it's worth yet. Probably not a whole heck of a lot, but saw it, liked it. Anthropology, grabbed it. This right here is interesting. I don't know what the heck this is for, unless it's 2 different bars of soap, playing cards, packs of cigarettes. I don't know what this is for. I've seen these trays. I got no idea. Do you know what it's for? What was this original purpose? Was it just a trinket tray, a soap dish? What is it? But anyway, the reason I grabbed it, on the back of it, it says Smithsonian Institution, made in Japan. So I'm thinking it's vintage regardless, but this Smithsonian Institution thing, usually when you see that on here, it's because it's a replica of a piece that was displayed in the Smithsonian at some point. So I don't know what it's for, but I have seen these trays, and I unless, like I said, playing cards, cigarettes, soap, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe his and hers trinket. You get home at night, take off your rings or whatever, watches. I don't know. All right, so I love him. I actually got this at one of the flea markets, the Friday flea market. It does have bubbles inside of it, so it is blowing glass. I'm thinking this is Fenton, because I do have a little Fenton bear that reminds me of this. It's marked, but somebody's messed up the marking thing. However, it glows that weird green color, the same as my little Fenton bear does, under a black light. Which doesn't mean anything. It just means it's made with the same glass or same type of glass. But I can't read the label. I need to look him up better. It's hard to look up clear glass too, because like the little photo thing, you might get anything. You might get anything because it's clear. But he's cool. I only paid $2.50 for him. I can't wait to see what he's worth or what he goes for. All right. Oh, these are pretty. I don't know what they're worth, but they're so pretty. I've got a pair of them. This is great teardrop glass. It's a big candle holder. Not sure they're vintage. Not sure they're anything special. Haven't really looked into them good. I do kind of look them up a little bit when I get them. It's easier to look up what people are asking for than the sold comps when you're in the moment, because for some reason Goodwill, it seems like they have cell phone jammers, even though that's illegal and they're not supposed to. But it's hard to look things up in Goodwill sometimes. So I don't know exactly what these worth. They were going for 40. Well, people were asking 40. Not sure, but again, I've got a pair. Very, very pretty. Like them. The good news is about some of the stuff, I'm not paying a lot of money for it. So if it doesn't sell, it's pretty and I can use it for something anyway. Not everything is good. Not every pickup is good. Even if you think they're good, maybe not. See, I got these beautiful crystal candlestick holders that are signed by the artist. They're actually worth pretty good money. They're signed by the artist and etching on the bottom, and they're worth pretty good money. The problem is I failed to notice a few flaws that will bring down the value, and it could bring it down significantly, and it could even mean that I'm stuck with them, because these have big chips in them, or noticeable chips. If it's not noticeable, a lot of people won't care. You tell them about it, they're like, that's not so bad, and they go on. But I mean, that's kind of a good ding right there with such clear glass, and it's got another one right here, and another one in the bottom of this one. So, and they're hard to keep clean. Every time you touch them, they get gooey. But I didn't notice them because they were in the box. I paid $5 for those. I could be losing my $5.35 that I paid. I'm going to try to get that much out of them. If not, I'll take them to the flea market and try to get 10, 8, 6, and eventually if they don't sell, I'm stuck with them. But Corey did say, Mom, those would be pretty as centerpieces of for whenever I get married. Yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I don't mind using them for that though, but it's not what I'm trying to do here. This I got out of nostalgia. Only paid $1.07 for it, with tax. I don't know what these are. I think maybe they're incense holders. I'm not sure. I just know that I had one when I was a kid. It's very pretty. It's got that mother of pearl inlay kind of stuff in there. I don't remember what the stone is called. It's just a polished stone anyway, carved. But do you know what these are? Because I don't remember. Unless it's an incense holder. I mean, maybe you can put a big fat candle in there, but the little tiny voltives I've got, the little fake ones, they don't fit in there. So I'm not sure what this is, but if you know, let me know. And if you remember what this stone is called, let me know. All right, so all of that being said, it's looking like this week's going to be a huge bust when it comes to outside reselling, which really sucks because that's money on the spot, you know, for gas and groceries and incidentals and bills too. But if you know what it costs, well, help. Let me know what some of this is, what you think about it. Again, some of it will be on eBay. There's a lot of stuff on eBay, so go check out the eBay link. You may or may not find anything you want. It's perfectly fine if you don't like anything you saw, but have a look at it. Hit some of them, click on some of them so that they have, you know, views. Maybe that'll help. I don't know how the eBay thing really works, but I guess the more views an item gets, the better it is. So y'all can help me out that way if you want to. And again, if you find something of interest, shout. All right, so I guess that's it for this resale video. Hopefully I'll have another one for you, but since we can't really go outside and resell anything, I don't know. I might be able to show you some more items that we did get, that we've gotten over the last 4 months, or I've gotten over the last 4 months. It was easier when he was still working, but it's a little difficult now. But again, you can find some really great things for resale at flea markets and yard sales and Goodwills and thrift stores. One thrift store I love, they have a 10% off day on Wednesdays, and they're cheap. Like, you know, Goodwill, you go there, and so the wallets are $2 and some change, sometimes 3, 50 cents there. Doesn't matter if it's Vera Bradley, they don't care. They do upcharge for purses, certain ones. Like I paid $5 for a Harley Davidson purse. This sold for $15, which I thought I was going to throw away because it was kind of raggy looking, but some lady was very, very thrilled to find it. Regardless, they will upcharge for certain things, but not a lot. They did have a fossil bag for $80 though. I got 2 fossil bags today. Sure did. Got 2 of them. I've never even heard of fossil until a few weeks ago. This little old man started coming around to the booth every day because I have so many purses, which are mainly purses that I used to carry or had for a while. And he always asked, do you have any fossil bags? Do you have any fossil bags? So I got 2. I got one before, but it was ugly as hell. And I thought, man, if that's what fossil bags look like, why the hell does anybody have them? He even said that was ugly. He wouldn't buy that. Some other lady did come up and buy it. I did lose 35 cents on it because I could only sell it for $5, but the 35 cents tax. So, like I said, I lost a little money on it, but at least I recovered the $5 because I thought I was going to be stuck with it forever since he didn't want it. But the 2 I got today, they were actually really, really nice. So maybe he'll buy them for me. And I've got to figure out a good way to charge him because I paid 10 for one and 7 for the other. And I normally only charge $10 for the purses I have there. That's like the highest purses I have. But I can't just charge him that because I'll lose money. So I don't know what to charge him. Of course, if he doesn't want them for the price I set, I can put them on eBay and probably recover my money in a month or so. Or well, maybe even make a profit. Because it is fossil, you know. Again, it's a brand I never heard of, but they really have cool things on them. I have one here, yeah. For those of you who never heard of fossil, they typically have a key on them that says fossil. And I really love skeleton keys. I don't know why. Some kind of weird old thing ingrained in my brain, but I love skeleton keys. So I ended up keeping that one off that purse. That ugly purse that I was never going to sell, that I did finally sell for $5. So I guess I didn't entirely lose that 35 cents. Maybe the fossil keychains were 35 cents. Anyway, I guess that is all I have for you for resale this week. Let me know some of the things you think would be good pickups. What are the things you collect or look for on eBay? That might help me. And if you have video suggestions of other YouTubers, they won't really, I mean, you can post the link in the description or in the comments section, but YouTube usually kind of flags those and hides them. So send me an email with the links in it. Hale does it quite frequently. So yeah, it would be probably easier to send an email with the links to the other YouTubers or resellers you really like to watch. All right, yes. Much love, many prayers. eBay links in the description below. Keto videos, watch them if you haven't watched them. Bye.